Okay, it's day 350, and this is going to be a short and sweet one. It's going to just be a very simple explanation that you can send to your friends that don't really even know about the spy ring in Congress, the Imran Awan spy ring in Congress. So this is a person that's been close to Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin, Anthony Weiner, been configuring phones for them, Blackberries especially, as well as doing all sorts of pay-to-play exercises for dark weapons and just about everything you can think of as far as Hillary Clinton's rat lines, what we call rat lines. So I'm just going to take you through you being a juror tomorrow morning at 9:30, courtroom 2 at DC District Court. Imran's going to have his, I believe they're going to set a trial date if they didn't already make a deal. I think they made a deal on Friday just based on metadata, but we'll see. Imran Awan and Hina Alvi will be in court. So Thomas Paine will be there live streaming. Hopefully we'll all be able to get a live update for the situation. If I was doing this, if I was the prosecution, I would just basically summarize it all with this one slide. This one slide is, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have several reports that we have available to us that this court has been blinded from. This court has not been given 5 key reports that will shed light on this case. The first is there was a break-in of the Rayburn office building in a phone booth where there was an illegal network access. We know that there was an illegal access of the network by someone who has been told not to be on the network. That's Imran Awan. So that's the first thing. He's been caught red-handed with the evidence in hand. Okay, caught red-handed. Secondly, they are being tried here for bank fraud. We know there's a credit union investigation for far beyond the 2 homes that are involved and far beyond the 2 mortgages that are involved in this case. That information needs to be presented from the credit union investigation, needs to be presented to this judge and to eventually to the jury. We also know that there's an Inspector General report which talks about 5,100 illegal logins over a 7-month period of time that Imran, his brother, and a chosen surrogate who was never vetted made into this congressional network. We still don't know if Rayo Abbas, his chosen confederate or his chosen surrogate, is still accessing the network once an hour. And this is the most sensitive information in the Congress: Foreign Affairs, Intel, and Homeland Security. We also have a witness, another material witness here, this Marine. On April 10th, I interviewed him. He testified, as well as on video, that there was government laptops, Blackberries, and Pride hard drives, illegally stolen, government-marked Pride hard drive, damaged hard drives. That's a sure sign of malicious activity to cover up a crime. You can't see it here because of this strip, but we also have hundreds of pages, hundreds of FBI pages of what they call suspicious activity reports, or SARS. Those are money transfers to Pakistan. It's not for buying real estate in Pakistan and you give little payments every month. No, those suspicious activity reports are for large volumes of money, typically associated with illegal weapons trade and illegal drug trade. We need to see those suspicious activity reports, and the judge needs to see those suspicious activity reports. And then finally, we have proof of several orders. We have a congressional member this morning coming out and saying that this one order of 150 iPhones, which was illegally sent to Imran's house, is the tip of the iceberg, as I've been saying for months. Tip of the iceberg. The court needs to see all the CDW orders that were done through the GSA program, all over a period of 13 years, to get the full totality of how much hacking and doping has been going on in the Congress. Remember, the defendant is not doing this for expediency. He is sending them to Pakistan. The SIM chips are in other operations for other spying operations in other countries like India, have copied those SIMs and put them in an intercept box to intercept all the text and voice communication of different members of Congress. I believe that same thing is going on here. We have another witness at another location that talks about how he may have used a server, a private server, either at this Hawkshead location or at the Sprayer House location. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to present all this evidence before we hear the first word of testimony. I'd like to present all the documentation evidence before we hear the first word of testimony to inform the testimony thereafter, making sure that it's within the parameters of this information. And that's it. So tomorrow we'll see what the judge says. We'll see if the judge considers any of this information. I've tried many times with different legal motions. We may have one more card to play here in the waning hours, but that's my summation. You can send this to your friends. I'm going to be going down to the pay-to-play trial, the Benghazi pay-to-play trial, a little bit later this afternoon, and we'll see where it goes from there.